What's up with the what's up, folks? Welcome back to the Puny Humans platform. I'm your host, True Victor, and we are back, baby. So today we're gonna go over a few things. We're gonna start with apparently Joe Budden checked Ish on a podcast, but listen, I was scouring the YouTube platform earlier, the shorts, and I seen a short that it really was hysterical to me. It was hilarious to me. And you know, I got a huge kick out of it. So I want to play that for y'all and drop your opinions in the comment section about how you felt about how this esteemed young man handled this situation. Please make sure you like the video, comment, and please subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe. We're growing slowly, generically. You know, I feel like I don't want a fast boom. You know, I want to build this platform, build the Puny Humans community up authentically. So I'm very much satisfied with the growth and the rate that we are climbing. I think at this point we have 42 subscribers. We started with 0, you know, and we haven't been doing it that long. I think the first video that we posted was, the first video we posted was 4 months ago. So we've only been doing this for 4 months, guys. And
little white
you know,
boys,
whoa. We only been doing it for 4 months, and you know, like I said, we have 42 subscribers. That's about 10 subscribers a month. So yeah, I'm not really too sad about that, you know. But if you can, you know, like the video, like the page, keep your alerts on. Comment on the video, and please drop some opinions, drop some thoughts, and give us some more ideas of videos you would like us to react to. All right. So here we have this young man, and apparently, so the title is "The Way He Threatened the Whole Neighborhood." All right. Standing on business, final boss. Let's see how this guy handles this.
Little white boys fucking with my nephew and these kids right here. So my petty ass finna take their ass over there to press the issue.
Okay.
Go get y'all motherfucking dad right now.
Whoa.
Bro, I'm not gonna chase y'all on my little brother. I'm not gonna chase y'all the last. If I got...
Here we go.
I'ma beat y'all at. Alright. Come on, let's play ball.
Let's play ball. So he making them chase him. Oh my God. Uh-oh. It's my soundboard. I'm excited, guys. Sorry.
Ain't got no dad? You better call some motherfucking body. So which one of y'all the last said y'all was gonna shoot my nephew?
Whoa.
Huh?
Now, see, honestly, I would say that, you know, when kids talk like that, it's typically, you know, it's nothing that should be taken 100% by its word that they're gonna pow you, right? Because kids typically don't have or shouldn't have access to firearms, right? But in 2025, when they say stuff like that, you have to ask them, what do you mean by that? You know, because that's kind of scary in 2025. These kids are getting their hands on all types of things, right? So, yeah.
Little orange shirt. Where your parents at? Go get them. I don't give a fuck where they at. Go get your parents. Where y'all other friend just go? Because why he run off? We're going to his house then. And if y'all run, I got what y'all look like. If I don't talk to y'all parents on my granny, I'm going to have him whoop y'all ass. Simple as that. And if y'all try to whoop on him, I'm going to whoop y'all motherfucking ass.
Whoa.
Did y'all son just run here?
What's going on?
Son just run here.
Yes. He's right
Tell
there.
him come outside. Y'all they parents? You come over here too. No.
Oh no. Oh no.
What I was gonna do is let these kids beat they motherfucking ass. But I'm an adult. I'm gonna act 6 feet. Do not walk up on me right now.
Embarrassing.
Why the fuck do they feel the audacity to tell some other motherfucking kids they gonna shoot them?
Really?
Yeah, really. Pulled me out my fucking room because of this shit. Right. Me handling it how I want to handle, I was gonna beat your kids' ass because they look old enough to get a little ass whooping. I don't think y'all whoop their ass enough. Take care of it. Take care of it. I'm not gonna leave till you take care of it.
I suggest you fucking leave.
I'll stand right here, bro. I'll handle it with you. What's the word? How you want to do it? You don't handle your kids, I'll handle you. Where that little boy at? Apologize. Y'all little niggas get over here and apologize or I'm gonna whoop everybody's ass. Daddy's mamas included.
Whoa.
How you want to play it? You want to grab a gun? But I have a 7.62 eat through this bitch right now. Come
Hey yo, what the fuck?
play ball. Let's play ball. If I come back and now come back over here and apologize, I'm
Play
tearing
ball.
all these bitches up.
Let's play ball. Yo, listen. So when I first seen that, I thought to myself, I said, man, that's pretty aggressive, right? Like his approach to it was very aggressive. And, you know, he dropped the term a few times. Let's play ball. Let's play ball. But then I had to realize that you know, it's a lot of stuff going on out here with these kids, man. And when they say certain things, they aren't really to be taken lightly, right? Because, you know, with a lot of the recent news headlines have been showing us is anything is possible, yo. So let this be a reminder. Know where your kids is at. All right, know where your children are at. Get a figurative leash around their neck, and always have the ability to reel them in whenever need be. All right. So, all right, now let's get to this video that I really wanted to watch. And it's from Danny from The Stop. Not my most favorite platform, honestly, because in the past he has been known to exaggerate things and you know, make things seem like they're more than what they are. But when I seen the clip of this, I was able to kind of like feel there was some truth coming from, you know, the words that he was saying. So I want to check it out. You know, I kind of skipped through it earlier. I didn't really watch the whole thing. So I really want to give it a deep dive here. Pause.
Joe Budden called
And
Ish for grumpy.
I want to know what y'all think about it. All right, so let's get this up here.
Joe Budden calls out Ish for grumpy behavior.
You have sat here for the past 3 weeks looking like grumpy stupid in the face.
No, I have not. That's not true.
You
Stop
are
stop
grumpier.
reading. Yo, you need to
I'm
stop
never
reading.
going to stop reading anything.
All right, well, cool.
It's the job to read
All right,
things.
cool. You're right.
What
Correct.
I'm saying to you is,
Make your own assessment.
maybe you don't know.
Make your own assessment.
You are grumpier.
Make your-
I think that you've treated unfairly up here.
Now, on the last episode of
Wow.
the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden was finally fed up with Ish's antics of being this.
Ish do gotta, he does have a habit of he has a habit of feeling like, or at least saying he feels like he's targeted a lot on the pod. I can say that. I watch the JBP a lot, so I've heard him say that, especially as a recent. So, and I can say firsthand, everybody is the butt of a joke on the Budden podcast. No pun intended. At some point in time, so I don't really know where he's coming from with that, but he definitely claims it a lot. So.
With his body language
Look at his
and
face.
looking dejected and disconnected whenever he's on
Look at his face.
Embarrassing.
air. This is after months of Ish shutting down, looking like he hates being a part of the Joe Budden podcast. There's several things this could be. Some of my theories center on compensation, along with disrespect both from the Joe Budden fans, as well as his dislike of the way Joe Budden runs his operation. But why did Joe snap the way he did? Well, first you have to remember that Mark asked a question.
No, it's not the ish segment. We're not gonna turn this into the ish
I'm
segment.
not making it about you. I'm
We
just.
all having a conversation.
But it's when people you're talking to, that I'll let somebody else.
Yo, it's don't
Why are
play
you
this.
such a grump?
Ish got snippy. I believe that is why Joe was turned off by how Ish dealt with
I
Mark.
don't remember
and
exactly
therefore had a visceral reaction.
what this topic was about.
This was like real authentic Joe. This was not COE. He was genuinely upset at the way Ish was conducting himself
see-
when Mark asked him a question.
That's the reason why I stopped watching this guy, because he says Joe was genuinely upset.
What do you mean by that?
How could you possibly know that, bro? You don't know none of these people personally, right? So how could you know that at that very moment Joe was genuinely upset? If you can say that Joe seemed very upset. He seemed like he was really upset, but you can't say that he was very upset because you don't know that, dude. Like, you're watching the same thing that we watch.
Now, you have to also look at the way this episode was going. They were sharing out about their family dynamics, and Melissa Ford even overstepped, asking Ish when he was going to marry his girl.
What does she want? Do you even know? Real question.
No, I don't know.
A baby and years together? She's never mentioned it?
He walked
I'm sorry,
up.
sometimes I don't know my boundaries. I'm sorry.
What's in that cup?
And that
And you know what's funny? You see that face that she made right after she said, "I'm sorry, sometimes I don't know my boundaries"? You see that face that she made? She clearly knew.
I'm sorry.
What's in that cup?
You see that smirk? She looked right at the camera and then she made that face, right? So don't say. That's why, to a certain extent, I be understanding where it's come from, especially when it pertains to Melissa, because she has this thing, which, I mean, I will say a lot of women do this, right? It's like they'll say something, right? And then when you react, they be like, "Oh, no, I mean, I was just asking a question. Calm down. You don't have to." But it's like they'll ask questions that are trying to insinuate. You hear my stomach? My God, I gotta eat. That are trying to insinuate something, right? And then when you react because you picked up on the insinuation, it's like they respond as if they never meant to make you think that that's what they were talking about, or that's the angle that they were taking with the question that they posed. It's ridiculous.
And that led to a weird moment, and I think that turned Ish off because it was getting real personal, and I don't think Ish wants to divulge any type of personal stuff on the show, and that's why he snapped and started looking dejected, which led to the Mark back and forth, and then Joe would explode. Ish would later reveal or hint at dealing with deaths in his life and perhaps other family issues. So he did kind of give a reason as to why he's been acting the way he has. I would push back and say that he has been acting this way for a real long time. I wonder if Ish feels properly compensated for the lack of privacy he has nowadays. Now, I've been throwing out a number of what he gets paid, and so many people...
You don't get compensated for your lack of privacy, brother. Right? When you joined on this platform, you should have had a clear understanding that your privacy was going to diminish. You're a public figure now, right? On a clear road to celebrity. So that's dead. I'm gonna pay you more because you getting bigger. Pause. Because your name is getting bigger. Because your image is getting more popularized, more known. I owe you more money for that. I'm the reason that it's like that. Come on.
Push back, but I would have evidence to suggest that I'm right, because I think that if Ish felt he was getting properly compensated for what he goes through on the show, he wouldn't act this way. And to be fair to Ish, he has to go to work every day knowing that his boss is intentionally trying to trigger him. I'm 100% certain Ish despises how Joe puts his cast against each other, along with the way he pokes and prods at Ish's family life, mentioning his white significant other. Other points of contention could be how Joe tarnishes Ish and his brand through jokes. One being the unrelenting jokes about Ish's
Now, if Ish don't like the way that his wife or his baby mom is being brought up as far as like her race or her ethnicity, that should have been something that was labeled as off limits when he joined on the platform, or when he got to whatever point that he felt like, okay, I'm not really digging these jokes no more. So from here on out, let's put a clause in my contract that this is no longer to be talked about. Simple.
And Baba making jokes, being performative. Then he like, yo, what's your, I was like, I don't know, maybe like 150. I said, it's the target price. So he's like, 150 again. Joe performative. You get what I'm saying?
Now the price that they're talking about now, Ish has a hoodie line that he dropped during being on the podcast. It's called That's That Ish, right? He sells his hoodies. He's talking about the price point for his hoodies.
50. Oh man, you must gonna bring that thing to your house for me or something like that. So I'm like, what's that you got on? I said, what's the hoodie you had on last week? How much that cost? He said, what was it? I started laughing. Balenciaga, $1,300. I said, they came to your house and bought it to you? This is the bad part. The bad part is Joe's voice is so loud in the industry that it's taken for granted.
He got a point too. Yo, I'm telling you, and we gotta stop this in our community. It's something that we do. It's like we'll hold, which I mean, I guess is a thin line, but we'll hold our own people to a higher standard than we willing to hold these billionaire industries to, right? Like he just said, your hoodie 150, and you know why he's saying that to Ish? Because he kind of saying like, how dare you, nigga? How dare you sell a product for as much as $150? But he asked him, I guess you saying Balenciaga, they got more of a right to take more of my money and do less than you do. Who are you? You better be bringing it to my. That's disrespectful. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But I said it's a thin line because, to a certain extent, we should hold our own people to a higher standard because of who we are. We are greatness, right? So you should hold your, you should hold the candle to your own folks. Like, listen, I know what we capable of. So that BS that you keep bringing over here, or that you keep presenting, come on, man, that ain't it. You know what it is. Come on. You feel me? So it's a thin line, but the way Joe carried it is, if what Ish is saying right now is to be taken as truth, nah, that ain't cool.
Like, Joe could come out and be like, your album Doodle, that shit gonna carry weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when he did that, the next 4 or 5 days, it was forums on Reddit, on Twitter, on all these shit about, should I be charging $150 for my hoodies? Damn. Was I upset? I mean, once I saw the aftermath of what him saying did, yeah, I was kind of tight.
And a recent episode where Joe called Ish a scammer.
Hey, you sick of him with
It's like a scam at this point.
It's a scam.
You're a podcaster. You've been out the real estate. All right, forget.
I'm not out the game.
You out the game.
I'm not though.
You are.
Okay.
You ain't did nothing.
That's what you think.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not telling me.
You a podcaster, yo. Stop.
You a rapper.
There'll be some truth in that
Now,
shit,
we also
yo.
have to talk about the arrival of Mark Lamont Hill.
Joe do come off like a hater sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie to you, you hear me?
Complicates the dynamic as well. Sure, Mark is great. He's a professional, but I can't help but think he loves crushing Ish in these debates and using him as a testament to his debate skills. Ish knows that, which is why he no longer wants to engage. Prior to Mark's arrival, Ish only had to deal with one content over everything co-host, but now he is dealing with a new breed who prioritize connecting with the Joe Budden audience over his feelings. Now, what I mean by that is Mark Lamont has a bigger play. He has said that he's on the Joe Budden podcast to have a conversation with black people who don't normally watch him.
I walked up to the doors of the JBP, which was already thriving without me. Like, this is the best podcast in the world, and they got access to so many people who I love and care about, specifically black people, specifically younger black people.
This guy's a
specifically
panderer,
black
though.
men.
I like him, but he panders a lot.
And so these generations of black men who are watching JVP, and I want to be in conversation with them.
As a result, that is making Ish's feelings be put on the back burner, as they should be. Joe Budden is like an old cartel boss who will burn your whole lineage for the slightest disrespect, whereas Mark is a modern cartel boss who will fund your daughter's college experience, then occasionally threaten you subtly with small requests you can't reject, like mowing his lawn. Both are terrible people. Now, one thing Ish has to confront is that he signed up to be a part of the pod.
Boom.
If he has such an issue, he can always leave. His constant displeasure with the show leads me to think he needs the money Joe provides him. Because why would he stick around if that wasn't the case? Doesn't make sense to me how Ish is always talking about his real estate holdings and the type of money he makes. If he doesn't like being on the podcast, why is he still there? He also has other LLCs that he's developed. That's that Ish Media or something like that. You would think that he would launch a podcast or some type of entertainment thing. Many times people tell me, oh, Ish isn't about that. He doesn't want to do that. But why would he start an LLC based around media? Other taxing issues facing Ish that I think we have to address before we wrap up is the toxicity of Joe Budden's craziest fans. The ones that look up his girlfriend, the PPP loans he has taken. Then there's the Joe Budden TV Twitter community who Ish despises. Now, that was something that was interesting. And
all right, y'all, we are at our time. If y'all want to continue to check that out, this is Danny from The Stop. And it says Joe Budden checks Ish on podcast. You look stupid in the face. That's in quotes. That's kind of disrespectful. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, y'all can go and check out the rest of that video on, like I said, Danny from The Stops page. And listen, so I came across this. I mentioned it in a lot of my videos. I don't know if y'all get through them all, though. But I've been in music for a very, very long time. And it's this channel that I found. It's called Life in 3D. And I just want to go over a couple of their records. So yeah, tune in for the next post, and we're gonna go over a few melodies that they did that I really, really took a huge liking to. I like their harmonization. I like how much they're in sync. I don't know if this is like a brother sister type trio or what, but yeah, we're gonna check it out. Again, this is True Victor from the Puny Humans platform, and until next time, walls over the walls.
Just wanna suck, she think she the best. You know I'm tryna see what's up, she might be correct. Mommy on my top like a do-rag. Drinking barefoot like where your shoe at. I'm sipping my wet now. Her pussy get wet now. My reciprocate now. Pull up in the his and hers Bentley. You asked for the guys, so they sent me. Golden child gifted. Rock me to the engine, start season. I'm recording to the tennis, get evicted. I'm a motherfucking menace. Hot nigga with a cold heart. Hot niggas, it get all dark. On the block with it, where it all starts. She eating popsicles, knock it out the ballpark.